Hello everyone, so welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you how to set up a passwordless SSH login between multiple EC2 servers on AWS using Red Hat Linux. So first of all, what is SSH? SSH stands for Secure Shell. It is a protocol used to safely connect to remote servers over a network. Normally, when you connect to a server using SSH, you have to enter your username and password every time. This becomes frustrating when you are managing multiple servers and logging in frequently. That's where the passwordless SSH helps. With this method, you generate a key pair, a private key which stays on your main EC2 server, and a public key that you copy to the other EC2 servers you want to access. Once everything is set up, you will be able to log in into all other EC2 servers securely without typing your password every time. Also, it's safer, faster, and very useful. So let's get started and see how to set up this. So here I have successfully launched and configured 3 EC2 instances and connected each via SSH. So you can see here I have launched 3 instances. First, we will test the SSH setup on each server by running ssh localhost. This checks if each machine can SSH into itself, but as you can see it says permission denied, which is because the passwordless SSH is not yet set up. We will test this with the remaining servers. So now to begin the setup, we first check the etc hosts file using the cat etc hosts command. This file maps the hostname to IP addresses and helps with the internal name resolutions. Again, we will check this with each server. You can see here 172.0.0.1 is a IPv4 loopback address, and below that is double colon 1 is a IPv6 loopback address. We will see about the IP addresses in the upcoming videos. Now we list the SSH related files and their permissions using the command ls-lrth ~/.ssh. So here authorized key stores the public key of machines allowed to SSH in, and known host store the fingerprint of previously connected servers. Here we have checked the SSH files with all the servers. Now after that we have to generate key pairs, which is private key and public key. For that we use the ssh-keygen, which is the key generate. -t is a type. RSA is a reverse Shamir Endelman, which is one of the most common encryption algorithm. It asks where to save the key. By default, it saves it inside the SSH directory in our home folder. So I'm just pressing enter. Then it asks if you want to set a passphrase, which is optional, but it adds extra security to the private key. For now, I'm just pressing enter to skip it. So here the key pair is generated, and we have to create for each server. Now we will check the private and public key files which is generated using the command ls. Here the public key is saved as idrsa.pub and private key is saved as idrsa. Now I will show you a useful SSH configuration for simplifying the connections. We open the SSH config file using vi editor. Then click on I to insert. We have to add this block. So let me explain you this first. host asterisk the first line, which means the settings apply to all the SSH connections. The next line, which is strict host key checking, which is no, means disable the warning that usually appear when connecting to a new server. Then user known hosts file is equal to dev null, which means it won't save any server fingerprint. Nothing is remembered. Every connection is treated as new. So we have to do this configuration for all the servers. That's why I'm just copying this. Then save and exit. Open the SSH configuration file and paste that copied block. So the next what we have to do is, as we have generated our SSH key pair, we need to copy the public key, which is id rsa.pub, and paste it into the authorized key file on each of our servers. So using the cat command, we will see the public key to copy. So here, make sure you copy the key correctly. So now we have to paste it inside the authorized key of each server that we want to connect. So here you can press the shift plus E from the keyboard to move the cursor faster. Then skip one line and paste the copied public key. So here what I'm doing is I'm just keeping it as it is without saving. Then copying the public key from the other servers. Again we have to paste the public key of other server here. So here I have pasted the public key of all the three servers, as the root IP is different. So now I am going to copy all these three keys and paste it to the authorized key of the remaining servers. So it will save the time. Firstly, save this and exit. Then open the VI editor of authorized key of other remaining servers. Remember we are at server 2. So here we have successfully pasted the public key of all the three servers. Now we have to repeat this process again for the server 3. Here I have just created the 3 servers to show, but you can create as many servers as you want. Since we have successfully copied the public key of each server and pasted it on the authorized key in each server, this step enables the passwordless SSH login for secure and fast access. Now I am rebooting each server to ensure everything is saved and any SSH related services are refreshed. So now before connecting to remote servers, first we will test this SSH login locally using the SSH localhost. This ensures that the key setup is correct and the SSH service is running. We will test this with the remaining servers. So now let's try to connect using the server's private IP address, which is 172.31.91.139. So here the connection succeeded without a password, which means the public key was correctly configured. So here for the other server, the connection is also succeeded. Now let's test the SSH connection between our three servers using their private IP addresses. So here I am on server 1. I am copying the server 2 private IP address. Since we have already pasted the public key from all the servers to the authorized key, so I am able to connect without entering a password. Now we will try to connect to the server 3 from the server 1. You can see the private IP address of server 3. We have successfully connected to server 2 and server 3 from the server 1 without entering the password. Let's try with the remaining servers. So we are at server 2. First copy the private IP address of server 1, SSH, then paste it. Let's connect to server 3. So here we have successfully set up the SSH key based authentication across all three servers using their private IPs. Now they can communicate securely with each other. No password needed. Our SSH setup is complete. So that's it for today. Stay tuned for the next videos. Thank you.